what made me accept doing, it's a Mani Ratnam movie, firstly. Um, Time may pass, but I never seem to forget, and I never will forget, um, people that count. Mani is my first director. It's always a pleasure to work with him. It's a privilege and an honor for any actor or technician, firstly, to work with Mani Ratnam. He's a brilliant filmmaker, and I'm sure all of you agree. And personally, obviously, I have that much more of a soft spot and a superb relationship working with him. And he's my first director, so I was happy to accept working with him. Thank you.
Aishwarya, what's your plan for the new year as it's just around the corner?
Yeah, like I'm going to be telling you. Sure.
Ash, Christmas is around.
Well, New Year's obviously is always family time. It's always been. And of course, between last year and this year, I've been married. And it's really going to be, we're going to be looking forward to spending time together. Because up until then, we're working very hard on our filming schedules. So that will just about be the window of time off that we'll get to spend with each other. So that's what we're going to be doing. Well, I'm glad you very correctly have used the word rumors. And if you're asking me, well, the fact is that it had nothing to do with comfort or discomfort. Yes, you're right. I had agreed to do Dostana on the outset. Karan had spoken to me. I had accepted to do the film. And we were definitely looking forward to having a real fun time making it. As you can see, the movie's turned out fabulously. And you can see the fun they've all had doing it. Yes, I opted to step out because, firstly, this movie was going to be shot immediately after our wedding. And it was meant to come out this summer. So that meant this would have been like the first film immediately after. So we just, after that, discussed amongst ourselves. We wondered as to how it might turn out that, eventually I go off with another guy. And the movie is really not just, it's really about the chemistry and the rapport between Abhishek's character and John's character. It's not really about, the love story is there, but that's not the focal point of the film. It's really about that chemistry. Like, we keep teasing them. John and me, look at each other, and I'm like, yeah, right. So we kind of just share that vibe. It's about that fun space. It's about their chemistry. So we didn't want to take away from that and wonder whether the audience would expect a love story here between Abhishek and me, And because this movie was supposed to film back then, so if this was going to be the first film out after marriage, we thought people might get into that space. And the genre is fun and light, unlike a Sarkar Raj, where yes, we didn't have a love story track, but the genre of Sarkar Raj is serious. The genre of Dostana is light and frothy and fun and popcorn. So you kind of thought maybe, so I decided to opt out.
Yeah, Ash, good afternoon here. This is Vijay Shankar here. Here, right friend.
Yes.
This is Vijay Shankar here.
Hello.
Since elegance, goes well with classical dancing. And if you remember, you started learning classical dancing at a very young age.
Yes.
And Longines stands for elegance.
Mm-hmm.
So don't you feel classical dancing has helped you being really elegant?
Well, thank you. I do enjoy dance, and I definitely, it's a nice observation that you've made, because the fact is that dance, yes, I do think helped me with grace and with body language, but it's not something I was thinking about. I was too young when I started dancing. My parents told me that probably the fact that I have dance as a background helped me naturally in posture and gait, and I didn't undergo any other formal training for it.
So don't you feel you could be the best ambassador for Longines?
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ash, considering the fact that you've been traveling a lot, जब आप abroad होती हो तो आप सबसे ज़्यादा किस चीज़ को मिस करती हो और उसके लिए कैसे मेकअप करती हो? How do you make up for it?
Totally different. Acha, how do you make up? I thought makeup as in makeup.
No.
Okay. I was like, wow, we're a different brand right now. Okay. So you're talking about what do I miss?
क्या miss करती हो और कैसे उसके लिए मेकअप करती हो?
Well, firstly, हमारी ज़िंदगी में जो travel की जो बात होती है, it's not necessarily related to just going abroad. जैसे कि अब हम केरला में हैं, we are in a remote place, not even in the main city. So that's also being away, that's traveling away from home. It's not necessarily कि विदेश ही जाओ तभी हम घर से दूर गए हैं. ये भी काफ़ी दूर लगता है. तो what do we miss the most is always immediately family. If Abhishek and me are not working on the same film, then obviously each other. And our parents and family. That's something that we miss when we're away from home, because home is where the heart is. So it's really about being together. And in terms of making up for it, every minute counts in our life. We truly value the time that we have with each other and make the most of it. And it's really about being together. It's not about where we are and what we're doing. It's about being together.
Thank you.
Excuse me.